You've been staring at the same gray bubble for 3 days. Read. No reply. And you're watching dark psychology videos because you're trying to answer one question. How can a woman who acted obsessed with me 2 weeks ago now treat me like I never existed? So you land on the label, Narcissist. Love bomb. Discard. New supply. And listen, sometimes that label is accurate. But before you build your whole story around she's evil, you need to see what might be happening on her side of the screen. Because if she's not narcissistic, if she's dismissive avoidant or fearful avoidant, then the exact moves you're making right now to fix it are the same moves that make her shut down harder. This video is not about defending her, it's about protecting you from chasing the wrong explanation. Because the wrong explanation leads to the wrong strategy. This is Meta Insight Hub, wired to heal. The confusion phase, why men chase when she pulls away. For a lot of men, the avoidant flip feels like a trap. It usually happens right after the best week. A great date. A deep talk. Sex that felt intimate. Or you got real, vulnerable, like you actually meant it. Then suddenly, her replies slow down. Her warmth drops. She feels irritated by closeness. And as a man, your instinct is simple. Lead, protect, pursue, fix. So you send, "Are you okay? Did I do something? Can we talk? I don't like this distance." And that makes sense because for most healthy people, pursuit feels like care. But here's the problem. To a narcissist, your pursuit feels like fuel. To an avoidant, your pursuit can feel like pressure. Not because you're doing anything wrong, but because her nervous system interprets closeness as a threat. So the more you chase clarity, the more she experiences it as a demand she can't meet. And men hate that feeling because it feels like, I'm trying to build something real and she's punishing me for it. Here's the bridge you need to cross. A narcissistic pattern uses silence as a weapon. It's meant to destabilize you. They want you confused. They want you chasing. They want you proving you'll tolerate disrespect. Silence becomes power. An avoidant pattern uses silence as a shield, not to win, to regulate. Because in her internal system, closeness equals pressure, need equals danger, expectation equals loss of freedom. So she shuts down to calm herself. That doesn't make it okay, it makes it different. And you can often tell the difference by watching one thing. Is she trying to control you or escape the feeling of being controlled? A narcissistic pattern moves toward domination. An avoidant pattern moves toward disappearance. Here's the simplest metaphor. Narcissism, I want power over you. Avoidance, I want peace away from you. And this changes everything, because if you treat an avoidant like a narcissist, you'll punish her with aims. If you treat a narcissist like an avoidant, you'll excuse manipulation. So we need better data.
Why men call it narcissism, the trail test. A lot of men call her a narcissist because it's easier to handle. She's cruel. Then to handle, she was scared of how much I wanted her. Because that second one hits the ego in a different way. Now here's a very practical test. What kind of trail did she leave? Narcissistic exits often leave a trail of fire. Smear campaigns, trying to turn people against you, baiting you, provoking you, making sure you feel replaced, keeping you as backup supply. Avoidant exits often leave a trail of ice. Sudden withdrawal, vague explanations, I'm overwhelmed, I'm not ready, quiet vanishing without a dramatic fight. One is a performance, the other is a shutdown. So ask yourself, when she pulled away, did she try to hurt you? Or did she just disappear? Because that answer changes the entire strategy. Now let's get concrete. If you follow revenge advice, ignore her, punish her, make her jealous, you're turning the relationship into a power war. And if she's avoidant, that confirms her deepest belief. Relationships are unsafe. Love always comes with pressure. So what should you do instead? Step 1. Stop chasing clarity in the spike. When she goes cold, your nervous system spikes. Don't send the 12-message paragraph. Don't demand a definition. Don't try to win reassurance. Pause. Step 2. Give space with standards. Space does not mean begging. It means you stop feeding the chase and you watch what happens. Because avoidant deactivation often softens when pressure drops. But here's the key. Space is not the solution. Space is the test. Step 3. Test for accountability. This separates avoidant from toxic. When she returns, watch for one thing. Can she name her part? Not just, I miss you. Not just, you're amazing. Not just, I was going through a lot. But, I shut down. I avoided hard talks. I disappeared. I get how that affected you. If she can't take responsibility, you're not dealing with avoidant pain. You're dealing with emotional immaturity or manipulation, and you don't build a future with someone who can't own the past.
If you think she's a narcissist, don't ignore that possibility. But don't let internet labels replace pattern recognition, because the strategy changes depending on what's true. Narcissistic pattern, power plus control plus destabilization. Avoidant pattern, shutdown plus distance plus self-protection. And you can't fix either with chasing. If she's avoidant, chasing feels like suffocation. If she's narcissistic, chasing feeds the game. Either way, your dignity matters. In the next video, I'm going to give you a specific guide for men, how to handle the avoidant silent treatment without losing your self-respect, what to say, what not to say, and how to tell if she's coming back for connection or just comfort. If you want that, watch the next one. And comment one word for me: ice if she disappears, or fire if she provokes and punishes. This is Meta Insight Hub, wired to heal. I'll see you in part 2.